been trying to do, some version of the 30-day plan. And I get up, go for a walk or a run, appreciating nature, my world. Can even manage to do that in the car on the way to work, but then I get to work. And I have trouble extracting myself from the politics and the power struggles there.
I don't want you to extract yourself. That's part of the problem. It's that feeling that I'm here and they're there, and so I need to protect myself from that. Mm-hmm. That's sort of what we're wanting to head off here. We're wanting you to feel your synergy so powerfully. Imagine that you've got it going on. 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 And then you go to work, and they don't have it going on. So, doesn't matter. You're going this way. They're going that way. Doesn't matter. But what you're saying is, well, I've got it going on when I'm not there, but when I get there, their momentum is so strong that instead of it going like this, instead of me bouncing off them and them bouncing off me, I have enough old pipes going on, I've got enough old thoughts going on, that even though I try, pretty soon I'm going with them, and oh man, am I mad at them. Because if they were different, if they'd be like the nature on my walk, if they'd be different, and we say, they're not going to be different, and it's got to be all right with you that they're not different. When you come to love them in their awfulness, those words don't go together very well, do they? When you've come to love them in their diversity, when you come to love them in their difference, in other words, what bugs you most about there? What is it that bothers you the most? Other than the fact that they suck the life out of you. Other than the fact that you give up the life that you've garnered when you go there because you've got a different mindset about them. But what is it that bothers you most?
I just get caught in these cycles of obsessing about things that it's that career path that's at my job. It's not like I even want to be there. What I want to do is something much bigger.
But you see, this is the thing that we were talking about the journey, is that a career path, what's upsetting you is that you think you got on the path and you got to the career, and now that you're there, you don't like it. And so it feels like there's no more path, but there's more path every day. There's more path every day. And then you feel like there's more path every day. Shouldn't that path lead away from this place? And we say, no, there's more path in this place. There's more path in this place. There's more path in this place. In fact, there's so much path in this place that's why you're still there. Nothing's gone wrong. You're right on track. There's just more path right in this place. Because how are you going to define what you do want unless you're living a little bit of what you don't want? It's just that if there's too much momentum about it. That's why we've been telling the story of Esther's first awareness of the San Francisco hills. She couldn't believe that people actually drove on those hills. It was just inconceivable. So then we say, imagine that your car is sitting at the top of one of those hills and it's out of gear and there's no safety brake set, and you just nudge it a little from behind and it starts to go down the hill. But before it gets moving at all, you realize you don't want it to go down the hill, so you just step in front of it and you stop it. There's so little momentum going that you're able to stop it with your own body. But imagine if you were at the foot of the hill, at the bottom of the hill, you wouldn't want to be stopping that car that's careening down the hill. So momentum in the early stages is easy to slow or stop. But momentum that is really going is harder. Well, without knowing it, you've got momentum going on thoughts. Thoughts like, this isn't really where I want to be. Thoughts like, they don't really care that much about me. Thoughts like, they're self-serving, they're only trying to take care of themselves, they really don't care about those of us who are really doing the work. Those kinds of thoughts have a lot of momentum going, and they are contradictory to what your true heart is. They're contradictory to the source within you. They're contradictory to who you really are and what you really know. But it's hard to stop those thoughts because you've been thinking those thoughts for such a long time. So what happens is, as you isolate yourself from them, which we're not encouraging isolation, but in the beginning it is easier, if you are not focused upon unwanted things, it's easier to bring yourself to a higher flying vibration. We've been teaching meditation for years because it's easier to teach you to have no thought than to have pure positive thought. because there's momentum going on. So, yeah, you've got some thoughts going that aren't serving you. But every day, now that you know about this, every time you take a walk and feel pretty good while you walk, every time you make it through breakfast and feel pretty good, every time you recognize that there is a segment of your day where you are in control of the way you feel, you have a greater probability of that segment of the day extending longer and longer and longer, until it is our promise to you that you can be in a place that you formerly thought you did not want to be, focused in a way that you feel good. But here's the thing. This is the thing that makes you want to say, Abraham, you are offering us contradictions, and there's no contradiction. But we want you to hear this distinction. Get on your high-flying disc, and then you will not be bothered by things that aren't on the high-flying disc, but then you won't have access to very many of those things that aren't on the high-flying disc. Oh, wait, Abraham. So I was explaining to you that I don't like to be at work. And you said, you want me to be at work and not be bothered about being at work. So then you said, get on the high-flying disc, and in time, you won't be bothered about being at work. But then, you won't have to be at work. Did that sound like a contradiction to you? So, wait, am I supposed to be bothered about being at work or not bothered about being at work? We say, well, you want to not be bothered. So you find a way of not being bothered as much as you can find a way of not being bothered. And then you just don't want to not be bothered. You want to feel really good. So you find a way of feeling better and better and better and better and better and better and better until eventually you can feel so good that being at work, which formerly bothered you, doesn't bother you, because now you're attracting sunsets at work. Now you're seeing things that were harder to see because you're looking through more discerning eyes. And law of attraction is causing you to zig and zag with more uplifting things. So you're feeling better and better and better and better and better about it. And it is our promise to you. If any place or any person or any activity or any microcosm of anything doesn't have the vibrational frequency that you have practiced, it will not remain in your experience. It will not remain in your experience. But there are all kinds of things that are available to you that you don't have access to, which is what makes that place feel like the void that it feels like. Ooh, let's go there just for a moment. So, I want to go where beautiful things are, where nice experiences are, where nice people are, where good feelings are for me. I want to go there. But there's hardly any place like that on the planet. So I don't get to go there very often. So I don't want to lower my standards and settle for something else. That's how habits of thoughts get going. So I'm going to keep reaching for these good feeling thoughts, and eventually more of those things that you are wanting to experience will show up in more of the places that you are. The world just becomes more beautiful. And as the world becomes more beautiful, it becomes more easy for you to expect that it will be. And as you become more easily expecting that it will be, it becomes more beautiful, until you find yourself walking around on the same planet having a very different experience from someone who is practicing a lower flying disc. So here's what we just said to you in a really easy way to hear. Right now I don't like going to work because there are negative aspects that I've practiced. And those negative aspects are active within me. When I'm not there, I don't activate those negative aspects so much. When I'm walking, I activate positive aspects. When I'm with that person, I activate positive aspects. Feels to me that I have no control over the aspects that are activated within me, but you do. So the more you practice looking for things that feel good when it's easy to find them, the more that becomes your vibrational countenance, and the more you see those beautiful things everywhere you go. Even those places that you have formerly thought were forbidden territory, or where it was not possible to feel good, you find feeling better and better. And then, the universe begins to yield to you a path to lead you to consistently good feeling things. This is the contradiction that we are wanting to work the bugs out of here. This is the step 4 work that we're talking about. If you accept that it is your vibrational relationship only, and that it doesn't have to do with anything else, so you practice your vibrational relationship when it's easy, and you practice it when it's easy. Your vibrational relationship with who you are, you practice it when it's easy, and you practice it when it's easy. And then you're so practiced at it, you can practice it even when it's more difficult. So you begin to discover that your relationship with you is not challenged under any condition. You with us? Yes. So then what do you think is the next logical thing? If your vibrational relationship is never challenged, which means you've purified your vibration, is it logical for you to then constantly return to unwanted things? No. You got that, didn't you? So we're not saying to you, get so good at feeling good everywhere you go that you never have to go to a good place again. Mm-hmm. That's not what we're saying to you. We're saying, get so good at feeling good no matter what, that then only good places can reveal themselves to you. That's what we're saying. But in the meantime, you are where you are. In the meantime, you got to make the best of where you are. There are a lot of people that say, Abraham, I'm unhappy in this relationship or at this work, so I think I need to leave. Would you please give me your agreement about that, because I feel ever so much better if you will agree with me that I should leave. And we say, well, under these conditions, we can see that it's really difficult for you to find your alignment, so maybe you would have a better chance of finding your alignment if you would go someplace else. But now we need to tell you that you need to get out of town too, because there are unwanted things there. And now we need to tell you need to get out of this country because there are unwanted things there. And now you need to get off this planet. Now we don't know where to send you, because in every particle of everything is wanted and unwanted. You've just got to tune yourself to the wanted parts until you're so good at it that the universe says, this is someone who resonates with this. Your frequency is tuned. Years ago, we offered an analogy. Esther was just thinking about it the other day because it's in one of the Sarah books. And we said, imagine a light board. It's a bunch of LED lights, and it's about the size of this platform. And there are thousands of lights on this, little tiny lights, all lighted up. And you represent one of those lights. And the thought that you are thinking right now has you lighted up. And as soon as you light that up and maintain it for 17 seconds, other thoughts like it begin to light up around the board. And as soon as you cross another 17-second mark, other lights like it light up until after about 68 seconds, in fact, precisely after 68 seconds, everything on the board that's in vibrational alignment with the light that you've got lighted up lights up. And that's your world. Now, in a normal world, in the world that you all are living in, thousands of lights on that board, 200 of them lit up and matched you. But what do you care? You can't see the lights that aren't lighted anyway. It's only the lights that are lighted up that represent you. Those are the people you're going to rendezvous with. Those are the thoughts you're going to rendezvous with. That's your world. Doesn't matter. But humans say, oh, there are so many other lights that aren't lighted. What is it about them that's not resonating with me? What philosophy have you studied? What religion are you? What's your political basis? Where did you come from? What's your family background? And we say, and in sticking your nose in places that it doesn't belong, you activate a different light within you, and suddenly you light up the ornery light. The I'm mad at this person for this reason light, and that political party should be eradicated from the planet light. And suddenly the whole board's lighted up with you. We say, which world do you want to live in? Wouldn't you like to just light your light and let the things that match you, and don't you want to choose how that light feels when it lights up? Don't you want to choose what your vibrational frequency is? And don't you adore how reflective the entire world is to show you how you're doing? Aren't you kind of eager to go back to work and find out what they got going on, what gifts they've got for you, what reminders they've got for you? Because they're showing you what you formerly have lighted up. You can go to work tomorrow as a different vibrational frequency, and what lights up at work for you tomorrow will be different than last time that you were there. Don't you love knowing that? We love you knowing that. Good time for a segment of refreshment.